What happened to the time when we could have general political discourse, when you could just disagree with somebody and it'd be okay? It's pretty scary if we're walking into a world now where if you disagree with someone, the answer is get rid of them.
Hey everyone, welcome to Authentic Hustle, number 33. Welcome, Kelly, and we have an amazing guest today, Brad Warren. Brad Warren, welcome to the show. Welcome to Authentic Hustle.
See,
it's an absolute pleasure.
I thought it was like Face Off, VJ, and Colin and Brad have just swapped faces. It's still Colin.
With probably a lot more bleeps in your editing.
A couple more bleeps. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, we'll put you boys to work.
That's right. Brad, honestly, I love you, man. Thank you so much for coming on this show. It has been too long. You've been on my show a few times. You've been on VJ's show. Yeah. And we haven't really had a chance to get you onto Authentic Hustle yet. So, it's past due, but here we are.
Yeah, and Authentic Hustle in just like, 30-second synopsis, like is it getting you guys away from business development, or what's the,
It started as a live show.
Plug it, boys. Plug it.
Yeah, the plug is like in 2024, Kelly and we both were tired of doing. He has done like 300 episodes already in business development podcast. I did a few episodes in Pathfinders. We were thinking, what next? And Authentic Hustle was not in the roadmap for 2025, and we got together and thought, like, hey, why not do a live show about business, entrepreneurship, and everything in between? That's how the conversation started. So.
Life. Do you guys feel like it gives you an ability to have a platform that is not just business development stuff all the time? Yeah.
100%.
Like it kind of opens up your platform to talk about other things. Like, me and you were chatting about like 300, Kelly's done 300 episodes in like 26 days. It's like, I just don't even bother. I don't even bother with him anymore. I mean, he does more episodes than businesses I open. So it's like, as soon as someone's behavior is faster than mine, I'm out. I'm good.
Brad, I wouldn't lie. I mean, you are the first guest to be on the Business Development Podcast and Pathfinders and on Authentic Hustle. Isn't it true, Kelly? I mean, he's the first guest to be on that list.
Other than Colin, but Colin is technically a co-host.
Colin he's a co-host. Colin, you're already ticked off. So,
well, we'll try not to let you guys down. I'm a pretty boring guy. So,
well, from the text you sent me on Saturday, I think you got some shit to air out a little bit.
It does. I think
you're like, well, maybe.
No, it's just, and it's not that the text was just I had shit to air out. It's not like someone get me on a platform because I got notes written down, but it's
behind the scenes, I like to think we're friends. It wasn't just Kelly has a podcast. It was Kelly, this is the shit that's going on. We're buddies. Do you want to talk about it? And I was like, yeah. I just said this before because this one runs live, right? Yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're live right now. Wave to the world.
You need more controversy in your life, Kelly. That's my job. We need to get it. If we get you canceled once and you come back stronger, get you canceled again, you'd be surprised what it does.
You're surprised,
You're too pure-hearted.
Well, you see, my company isn't called My Invisible Empire. Invisible being the key word.
Literally. But I tell you, boys, like I went over the weekend, I cracked 3 figures in Instagram followers. Like I went from 99 to 101.
Good job, you.
Wow.
Good job. 99 to 101.
That's how good. Much I
You're
give
doing
a
great,
shit.
Man. 1001, here we come.
Social media is just not doesn't play, man. It's just not part of my life. That's all. I go on Facebook once a year and send some messages to people. And other than watching you guys doing the million different things you got going on, I don't spend much time on social media.
Well, it's funny because actually I would argue that I was right there with you. It really kind of coincides with once you have a podcast and you're trying to kind of get the word out there, social media becomes a really big angle of it, right? Because it's probably one of the only free mediums to find new listeners, aside from people finding your show and telling somebody, right? So social media for me became, okay, well, I'm releasing episodes this week. I should talk about it. I should promote my guest. And then it kind of turned into like over time, we talk about pretty much everything. Like I promote other things for other people. Like I talk about my clients. I talk about stuff that's going on in Catalyst Club, just because I got a lot going on. So there's always something to talk about, but I didn't start there either. So I'm just saying there's room to grow, Brad.
Oh, I think there's room to grow if you have interest in it. But you know what? You gain interest by doing things. You know what I mean? I ever decide 5 years to launch up my own podcast, do something like that, then you're going to gain interest in social media because it's directly involved with what you're doing.
Yeah,
with
it's anything part of the job. It's part of the job.
Of it. Anything we do right now, I mean, in the big picture of it, social media is pretty irrelevant. Like, nobody's buying windshields off social media.
You know what? I'm not buying windshields from you because you don't have your Facebook page up to par. Actually, your Facebook page is up to par, if I remember correctly. Don't you have like 80,000 followers on your Facebook?
No. We have, I don't think so. No, it depends on which Facebook.
Yeah, you do. Hold on. Don't bullshit me here. You do have a channel that has a ton of following. What is it?
We have combined following, like between all the different companies and different people.
But it's significant.
Yeah, like I think we have like a combined, like if I decided to actually go into work and like utilize it, I think 140,000 followers combined.
Yeah, oh, come on. Literally, you have more followers than we do.
But, no, but not me personally. It's in areas that, like guys like so many of them are like, say, like drywall junkies. Like we have a ton of followers. Kyle Catling's our business partner, and he founded Drywall Junkies Facebook page. Yeah. And it has like 80,000 followers, but like those guys don't give a shit about anything that we talk about.
But is that not? But wouldn't they? I think they might. I think if Brad Warren had a show, that Drywall Junkies might be the perfect audience.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what's going on in the world today with how, beeped and fucked and another beep you got to throw in there that everything is. Yeah, they probably would care. I think everybody cares right now. This shit's gone. Man, it's bad. And Charlie Kirk going down was not good. Not good. Like him, hate him, disagree with them, agree with them, religious, not religious. I do not give a shit. That was not good. He was one of the top right-wing political influencers in the world.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It didn't really hit me until the weekend, I think, the significance of that. Because it was last Wednesday, if I remember correctly, because VJ had literally sent me a message because I just shot him a message saying, our show is up, we're up on YouTube. And he shot me back and he's like, you wouldn't believe what just happened. And I was like, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the news. And so he texted over to me. And I don't think it really hit me in the moment. I'm one of those people, it has to sink in a little bit. So in the moment I was thinking like, oh, that's bad. Yeah, like that's definitely bad. But it wasn't until the weekend where I was like, that's really messed up. Like, it's really messed up that we live in a time where it seems to me there's a lot of shots being taken at high level people in politics, right? Love them or hate them, Trump, shooting, that assassination attempt should have never happened. It doesn't matter where you stand, that's wrong. Charlie Kirk, doesn't matter where you stand, that is wrong. What happened to the time when we could have general political discourse, when you could just disagree with somebody and it be okay? It's pretty scary if we're walking into a world now where if you disagree with someone, the answer is get rid of them.
It's insane. And you see so much shit across the internet. And I'm not some big Charlie Kirk fan. I watched his content when it popped up on my feed because you doom scroll and you can't not see Charlie Kirk. But I've never listened to an episode of his podcast. I've never done research on his companies until now. I've never really understood how big his organization was.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah.
And I'm not religious. I'm not against religion. Actually, the longer the world goes on, I'm starting to think religion might be a fucking good idea for me because, like, my goodness. But I'm not a religious person. I never have been. I wasn't raised like that. But most of my friends, my wife, religious, whatever it may be, everybody's like, oh, he's spreading hate, he's spreading race. It's like, oh my, no, this has gotten insane. Like, he encourages dialogue, he encourages debate, and you can find countless hours of footage or anything on the internet. It's very hard to find one instance where he's statistically or factually racist of any kind. Like, he uses the words my opinion and my personal beliefs far too much to be criticized as being that stuff. And then there's people celebrating this shit. Like, if you don't, and that's overplayed. Like, we get it. He had kids. He has a family. Right. You see his kids running up to him on Good Morning America. Like, that video broke my heart.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing, for some strange reason,
it's very sad.
It's sticking with me.
Yeah, it's very sad. And I think maybe we're all in the right age too. Like, we're all parents. We're all, in our 30s, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
I think it really hits home. It really hits home that could be any one of us. That could be any one of our kids coming home. Like, what the tragedy here is, there is a family without a father now. Mm-hmm. Regardless of how you felt about it, that was a family. That was a real human being. Yeah. And, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you fall on. Once again, I don't get political. I don't care what side of the aisle you fall on. We are supposed to have free speech. We are supposed to be able to come up and have debates and have difference of opinion. And guess what? Every 4 years, you get to go up and sign your little ballot and choose who you want to lead you. Mm. I don't care who that is. Ultimately, I don't care who you vote for. What I care about is that system is protected and that we do get to have a choice. And that the moment that somebody disagrees too much, if they just get rid of them, you've lost your choice. You've lost democracy.
I mean, the worst part of like the entire Charlie Kirk episode is like the ironic thing I saw was like he was wearing a tee that said freedom in white and black. And that's the most ironic thing of all. And it hit me after a day or two. It's like, he's the exact same age as my own brother. He's born in 93, 31 years old. Yeah. I told someone, like, felt like I lost my own brother, because he was the exact same age. And I don't know where we are going forward as humanity. I mean, regardless of the political opinion, left or right, or religious belief, I don't really know where humanity is headed afterwards. Yeah. If there is so much division and hate, and people want to profit off the hate and division, I don't know where. I think we have failed as humanity. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what will be next going forward beyond this.
Yeah, like if I look at my life, right, I know a lot of people. We're in Canada, so a lot of liberals, which would be equivalent of Democrats in the United States. And, I'm also in small towns and in Alberta, a lot of conservatives, which are basically Republicans. I have friends on both sides. Guess what? They still feed their kids. They still send their kids to school. They still work for a better life for their family. I saw a thing on YouTube over the weekend that was talking about you have more in common with with people, the polar opposite than you on the political spectrum. You have more in common with them than you have in common with the billionaires and the 100 millionaires of the world. Like, the reality is those people, like I said, are still sending their kids to school, still trying to do what's best for their family, still trying to bring home the bacon and pay for their house. We are all the same. I think it's really important for people to realize that it doesn't matter what side of the beliefs you lie on. First off, we all fit somewhere in the middle, I think, unless you're extremely radical. I think most people have views that fit on conservative side or Republican side and a Democrat/liberal side. Yeah, the reality is most of us fit in the middle.
For sure. I mean, I do. Business owner, so a lot of my political business, that type of stuff is right wing, but some of my social beliefs and stuff are leaning left wing, like different areas of things. But it's also who gives a shit. The big picture of it, not to be blunt, but some of the closest people to me in my organization, my executive assistant, literally runs my life. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's pretty far left wing. My branch manager, the gentleman that literally runs the show for us at Boulevard, he's left wing. I could care less. And they could care less. That's right. Dana White said it best. He's sitting on this interview and he's like, because you're the type of person that is going to hate somebody for who they voted for, that's fantastic, because now I don't want to be friends with you either. Not because of who you voted for, but because you're actually going to dislike or just decide that you hate another human being over an opinion that is so widespread. Yeah. And we're all getting 9.4% of the truth on any given day on the highest side of things. Yeah,
it's so funny because when I look back to myself too, and age plays such a role in this. And I think maybe that's important as well to understand, is that with age comes experience, and with experience definitely is going to come with different viewpoints. That's just the way it is. I think way differently today at 37 than I did at 27 or even 19. Me too. And I think that that's important as well in context. Actually, I found myself as a kid growing up in Alberta, oil and gas, woo, conservative. I still think I do lean a little more conservative, but I think as I've become a parent, as I've become a homeowner, as I've become a member of community, what I realized too is that there's so much value on both sides. And I think that is the joy of democracy. Is that instead of picking a person or a side, you can vote based on a platform, based on policies they put forward. Man, I don't even know, are people even looking at the policies of platforms anymore before they vote for these people? Or have we just gone so far in crazy town direction that we just vote for liberal or conservative or Democrat or Republican just based on, well, that's what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah. Used to be the joy of democracy.
Right. Well, that's it, right? Like, yeah. I think that what we need to do as society, American, Canadian, you name it, we need to go back to looking at platforms. What is it that these people stand for, and which side do you align more with based on the policies that they put forward? We should be voting for people based on policies, not based on ideologies. Because here's what happens. These people get elected, and they're not being held accountable to the platforms that they got elected on because nobody looked at them.
One thing I want to really highlight here in this whole thing is like the social media companies, the big tech. I'm not like taking a dig at them, but at the same time, like, hey guys, watch your algorithm, what you're like informing people of, right? Because these social media algorithms, what they do is like, in your feed, they try and bring, not LinkedIn so much, but in other social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter and like so many other platforms, they try to bring the most triggering content that would elevate your, how can someone say like that? So you would have to add a reaction, you have to comment to it, you have to like it, or you should hate it, whatever, right? So they bring up the most elevated triggering content so that it keeps, the momentum keeps building up and up, which is basically like more revenue for the company. I get all that. But I think that's kind of a division, because often these clips are like 5-second, 10-second clips. They don't give the complete picture of what's
no
actually
context.
the essence of the message.
There's no context. No. I was just about to say that, Kelly. Completely taken out of context. They take the most damaging ones. And just like, sorry to cut you off, EJ, but like just like Kelly was saying, it's also not just policy, person, whatever it may be. What media outlets do you watch? Like, I mean, how are we ignoring that? Like, if my parents are sitting around watching fucking CBC and that's it, well, there you go. I mean, you're gonna be guided in a direction anyways. And I'm not a big conspiracy theorist or this media or this or like. Kelly, you know me well enough by now, man. I don't get involved in much outside what I can control. The day that I run for office and do it different and become prime minister, because if I have more qualifications with business, but you know what I'll do? I'll get into the office and I'll just start a group chat on fucking WhatsApp with every person in Canada, and I'll just update them every 10 minutes. I'll be like, oh, we spend too much money on tacos. What do you guys want to do? Let's vote right now. I'll just be bloody transparent with every single
Taco
Canadian.
Bell, now owned by the Canadian government.
Honest truth, man. I'd set up a group chat with every single Canadian. 6 million people on this group chat. And I'd be like, what? Sorry, guys, I stepped on a fucking spider and it might rain. I would over communicate with every single person in this country because like most people I talk to, man, they honestly don't even care. If aliens are coming to kill us all, that's great. Someone just tell us.
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to know. We need to know what's happening. You know, one of the other things that I might ask you guys, and you know, I'd love to have your opinion on this. Why? So obviously it's no surprise. It's no surprise at this point that United States and Canada is divided like it has never been divided before. Literally split right down the middle. If you look at the last election, almost 50-50 split of conservative and liberal seats across this country.
Right.
Probably, I don't know if in my life I've ever seen that. I imagine with the States, I apologize. I didn't pay attention to the US election, but I imagine that it was probably pretty similar. And so the question that governments, and once again, you can put this on the people, sure, but who is supposed to be the guiding hand, the guiding light? The people making things better? Is it not supposed to be your elected representatives? In my opinion, the onus is on them to start to fix this situation. And it sucks because I think to them, they look at it as, well, it's not hurting us. It's good for us in this moment. So why would we do anything about it? But the problem is that eventually it's going to get out of hand if we haven't already got there. If the Charlie Kirk situation isn't already showing you how out of hand this mess is. I think what we need to do, and the onus, in my opinion, I'd love to have your opinion on this, the onus needs to be on the government to start to put policies in place, public service announcements in place to start to reduce the amount of polarity happening. Because, if they're not helping it, they're hurting it.
Yeah, I mean, onus on the government, onus on the media. Like, how much can the government affect if the media is not on board? If the media woke up tomorrow morning and decided every single thing we're going to put out here on out is based on kindness, and if it's not based on kindness, it's not going out, problems fixed in 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, not literally. I'm talking out of my ass a bit, but I think, I think it absolutely is on the government. But the media, whether it be big tech, whether it be just the media in general, that who can also have the most effect. And it's not that the media is being very disrespectful right and left, but you even see the right-wing media now, and loosely just, they're pissed. Like, there's some people, like, this thing's gonna, like Ben Shapiro was really close with Charlie Kirk. He's got a huge influence. Like, Fox News is all over it. Like, yeah, like this isn't gonna make it better, because now you have all these right-wing influencers with a ton of following that are like, okay, let's go to war.
Yeah.
We've left you alone for this long. But Charlie Kirk dies, and there's no churches being burnt. There's no buildings being burnt. There's no people being run over. There's no protests. There's no one dying. Have you heard of anything happening from Charlie Kirk dying? I haven't blown up one building. I haven't started one fire. I haven't done one thing. I'm not blaming conservative right, left. It's just something to think about. Streets aren't burning.
Well, I guess like what I'm trying to say is that if you're going to create massive polarity, there is going to be massive consequences. Period. Right? You can't create that much I hate you because of what you believe and that not turn into something absolutely horrible for humanity. We as not just a country, but like frankly as a people, we have to figure out a way to level set this polarity, because once again, it's okay to disagree. I disagree with a lot of things. I disagree with a lot of policies on both sides, to be frank.
Same here.
But I'm not going to cause, a ruckus from it. I'm not going to hate them. I'm not going to hate a people for a policy. And I think that that's like important to remember, is that, you're hating ideas. You're hating ideas. The people aren't as bad as you think. And it doesn't matter whether you're on the right or the left. They're not as bad as they're being painted.
No. Are you guys capable of hating me? Like, I mean, think about it. I don't think I have it in me to hate somebody for the policies that they believe in, or I just don't think I have it in me. I literally could care less.
Yeah.
Like, what type of person you are, how do you treat people, how are your kids around my kids? Like, I mean, those are the things that are important to me. How much kindness do you display? The
reality is that if you look at the little subdivision that I live in, there's people probably on both sides of me that have very different beliefs, very different political leanings. And I still love them. They're still incredible people. And you have to remember that. It's just ideas. It's just what they believe. It doesn't mean they're horrible, horrible people. Right. And they sure as heck don't deserve to be offed because of their beliefs.
For a long time, I mean, like my observation, I want to be wrong here, but like the more I observe the left-wing media, I mean, like I've spent a little bit of time in the US, about 5 years there. I was watching CNNs of the world, ABCs of the world, NBCs, MSNBC, and whatnot. And there's Fox News and other outlets. I mean, all the outlets actually would exactly. I mean, Fox News was different, but they would quote the exact verbatim same keyword. Right? I mean, like if there's like a Russia collusion, for example, if that's a keyword, Russia collusion, Russia, it's like the same keyword. I mean, it's their own making. All these institutions for a long time, they had a playbook, right? I mean, I feel someone is giving the script. Someone is writing the script. Here's the script, guys. These are the keywords. Use it, right? So all these outlets would verbatim use these outlets. Same with New York Times and so many Washington Post and the other traditional news agencies, right? That's what was happening. And Trump came in right around 16 or 17, and many did misunderstood him. Many did not understand him. He started tweeting on Twitter, and he completely did the opposite narrative. Kelly, I think we lost you. We lost your feed actually.
No, sorry. Yeah, so I had my dog. My dog was disagreeing with our conversation. I had to silence him.
So
bury him deep enough in the backyard, because if you don't dig the hole deep enough, it's bad. It's bad. And then you be out there digging holes, because then people will come out and be like, "Why are you digging holes?" And then you got off that and dig more holes.
When we bought our house, it had a hot tub. We were so excited. We're like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna have a hot tub." And of course, they didn't tell us it didn't friggin' work. And so we spent like $500 getting the thing filled, all the chemicals, just have all that water drain out of it, and then called the people to fix it. And they're like, yeah, this thing, you're not going to fix it. And now we get to pay, what, $600, I think, to have it hauled out of our yard today. So, yeah. Lesson learned. If you were buying a house with a hot tub, have someone come and inspect it before you negotiate it in as part of the deal.
Yeah. What were you saying there, VJ, though? I wanted to hear your point there.
No. What I was making is like, so the institutional media, the Democrat, like the left wing, had their own way of playbook and doing it, the repetition of keywords and whatnot. I'll summarize it real quick. So right around 2016-17, Trump came in, he started tweeting in Twitter directly, and he got a huge following, up to 80, 100 million followers, and he got banned in the same platform at one point. Right? Over the weekend, I was speaking to a DC political strategist. I mean, she goes on CNN, Fox News and whatnot, and she's more like right-wing, centrist right-wing kind of a person, and we were talking to her. And we're asking her, like, what's really happening? And like her thoughts towards the Republican Party and the whole DC politics was like the heavy populist movement that Trump started. Actually, maybe that is its own making, actually, because there's more populist figures like Trump, like not just Kirk. There are so many other populist figures on the right wing, which could be its own problem for triggering the kind of politics situation that we have. I mean, she was kind of referring to the old ways of like the Republican Party that doesn't exist anymore. Maybe we have to come back to that kind of a situation. Those were just suggestions out of the conversation that came out, actually. But I don't know what's the result to this. But I don't know if the populist movement itself is creating this problem by itself. What do you guys think?
You go on that one, Kelly. I've got, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I don't think we can blame this on one government, VJ. Like, I think regardless of where you stand on Trump, he's one person in a long line of American division, right?
Right.
There was division long before him. There will be division long after him if we don't start taking steps to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Trump I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't put it on Trump to create the division, because he created a spot. He obviously created a spot for an area that not even half the country anymore, because he kind of steamrolled the last election a little bit in certain areas, but he's created a spot where there's just not that many people that are latching on to this. They've been looking for this to believe in for a while. If it wasn't Trump, or if it was going to be someone else. And to be honest, guys, like, you take all the bullshit out of it and, oh, Trump's a racist. And it's like, oh, it's all you ever hear. Trump's racist. And I was like, oh, God. Like, I'm just not even entertaining these conversations. But on the side of it, he's doing exactly what I would do. I'm just being honest, exactly what I would do. If, God forbid, and I have no interest in politics, absolutely not. But so I can say this, but I end up in the prime minister chair in 10 years and get to open the books and see what's actually going on in this country. I do the same thing he does. He's running it as a business. Is he ruffling a bunch of feathers and his tariffs? And do I agree with everything he's doing? No. But at the same time, he's saying states is his business. His relationship with China is a vendor, is a supplier, is a customer. It's not a political relationship. He's looking at the country as a business. And if you look at the country as a business, it's never done better economically than it has under Trump. That's just statistical data. You can find it everywhere. So I'd be running Canada the exact same way. Maybe not picking as many battles, but generally run it as a business.
Yeah, and I think too, like, I've met with quite a few Americans and I've had that conversation. You know, what was your stance? Do you like what's happening? For the most part, and like, as a Canadian getting tariffed, I'm not exactly psyched about it. I'm not having a great time in tariff land. But on the other side of it, first off, Canadians didn't elect Trump. Americans did. And the Americans that elected him, I think they are happy with what's happening. I think they do feel like they're getting a good deal. And, you know, the reality as Canadians is, you know, we're not exactly psyched about it. The tariffs haven't been great for our country. But once again, he's not our prime minister.
It's not his job.
It's not his job to make us happy.
It's not his job. Like, I mean, fucking maybe my 99 Instagram followers will disagree. That's the benefit of not giving a shit.
On the other hand, it is Mark Carney's job to make us happy. So I am going to hold him accountable, right?
That's who.
Once again, that's the leader of our country versus the leader of theirs.
You have to negotiate properly, know where you stand, understand your numbers. Like, that's Carney's job, to understand where he sits with negotiation with Trump. And Trump is a phenomenal negotiator. and he's also got all the leverage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a tough spot to be in, but
it is.
Yeah.
I had a point like previously about the social media followers. Brad, like, I mean, I just want to say, like, I would rather have few thousand followers and have millions of dollars in the bank rather than I've seen people having millions of followers and not have like enough dollars in the bank. So
we literally did a show on that.
Yeah.
Famous but broke.
Yeah. No, but I also think I've been broke and I've had money. Right now I'm blessed to have money. I'll take having money all the time. Like, if there's like money doesn't buy happiness, it's like, fuck you, it doesn't. It's like,
but it does buy something. It buys this thing called peace of mind.
It buys peace of mind. It buys freedom. It buys free speech. It buys like contentness. I don't care. I really don't. I'll go to BC. I'll say what I want. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not going.
So when's the Brad Warren podcast coming out?
Yeah.
No worries, you're just live.
As soon as I can find out a way to trick my brain into doing something consistently for long periods of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The last thing I'm gonna do is launch a podcast and be that guy that has 14 episodes and then it disappears. Because that's what I would do right now.
They might be 14. Sorry,
Kelly, I'm having too much fun with my newfound social media followers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kelly, I have to admit, like, I've been telling everyone I meet, like, Kelly's the guy who pushed me to do the podcast. I mean, I was inspired by you. I keep telling everyone. You got that bug into me, Kelly. Everyone I'm meeting, I'm also telling them, go start your podcast. So yesterday also, I asked someone, when are you starting the podcast? Kelly told me to, so I'm kind of like asking the same question to everyone. But I was telling Brad just before we caught up, Kelly, I mean, like, initially I thought after 2-3 episodes, I'm going to start marketing the product and they were going to come running and buying the product. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But I ended up enjoying all these conversations. I couldn't stop talking to people, so I would stay in the conversation business just for that, like curiosity.
You have to love the show. You have to love the show more than you love the outcome, because the reward of podcasting, the real reward of podcasting is the relationships that you generate from it. I would say that is the true value.
100%.
Like, met both of you through the show, met hundreds of people through the show, met most of my coaching clients through the show. Like, the show is just this great connector. No, it doesn't make me millions of dollars, hopefully one day, anyone listening. But here's the thing. It does do some incredible door opening for you. I would say that podcasts are some of the best business development, community building. It is the best business development and community building tool, period. I would say.
I agree.
I would make that argument.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, Kelly, when we chatted last. Was I think the only reason I would ever want to start my own podcast is to have the ability to have a conversation with anybody that I want to. Yeah. Like, if you get to a level like you're at, Kelly, for example, like, there's not many people you reach out to that aren't going to be on your show, or you probably laundry list of people reaching out to you, which is a nice spot to be in. I just like that angle of it. I'd love to sit down with the CEO of NMAX and grill him for 2 hours about like what's actually going on and that type of stuff. Like that's the type of stuff I'd love to do.
Yeah. I'm not sure that he would come on.
No. But that's the thing, boys. I think if I started a podcast by the third episode, everyone would learn that we're not fucking going on that show. That's what would happen. Everyone's like, there's no way. I'm not sitting there with this kid for 2 hours getting grilled about all this shit. I'm not going back on that fucking thing. Most people don't like
getting grilled. That's not the approach to take, Brad.
No. But you need more controversy in your life, Kelly.
You're all the controversy I need, brother. Oh goodness, I think that's a great place to wrap it up today, though. My gosh, it was good to see you.
Oh, dude, it was great to see you guys, and
so good to see you, Brad.
Yeah. I mean, this authentic hustle thing's cool. Keep going with it, and man, the world's in an interesting place. Kindness, fucking kindness, understanding, and just like, oh my goodness,
Yeah. In the words of Bill and Ted, be good to one another.
Yeah.
Love each other.
Yeah. It's a great spot. Yeah. Be good to one another. Yeah.
See you later, hustlers.
See you,
guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Dude, so much fun. See you guys later.
That was